Hey, hey, what's up, Dream Team? Happy Monday, happy month end. 4 days left in the month. If you are watching live, that little red button is up there in the corner. If you're not, say replay. To keep it bumped up, feel free to tag anybody or, share this in your team page. If you do not know me, I am Brittany Metke. I am the Ruby National Executive here on the Dream Team. I am in a partnership with Michelle Calello and then all the other amazing leaders in this team that just passed 15,000 stylists over the weekend. Freaking mind blown. So I have some leader call notes that I want to touch on, just some month end stuff that I'm sure you guys are questioning. And then I also want to tap into a little brief training that's something super, super important and kind of in the highlight right now that you may not know. Okay, so obviously 4 days left in the month. The company as a whole is crushing and exceeding any projection that they ever could imagine in their mind. We passed over $100 million in sales for the year last week. But for the month, this morning we were at, as a company, $25.2 million in sales. But about 10 minutes ago, this team passed $6 million of that. So you guys are $6 million of the $25 million that the company has so far this month, which blows my mind. We have so far in April enrolled as a company 9,105 new stylists. Isn't that insane? I'm so impressed. I know, personally, I this month has been really good to me as far as enrolling in sales, but seeing and even with everything, it blows my mind. I love my leopard. I actually just got this headband from the place that Brandy Gordon suggested when I got 10 new. They help with my roots. So anyways, a few updates. If you were one of the people that had signed up and got tickets for the Spark events with Mr. Park, they were kind of postponing them, waiting to see what would happen. They have finally made the official decision to cancel them. So if you paid for a ticket, you will be refunded. The refunds for those will you should see them by the end of the week. Obviously, we know we're only working with 40% staff, but not only working with 40% staff, trying to keep the company safe, you guys are also killing it. I think if you watch Colby's Connect the Dots, we're 130% growth within the last 2 months, which is unprecedented. We're still behind on shipping. April 19th through 20th, if you do regular shipping. I will say that my FedEx deliveries are coming in super, super quickly. I know it's $10, but if you do any type of on hand, you could just charge, kind of pass that cost on to the customer, or it's always a tax write-off. I definitely 100% would think about grabbing anything that's in stock, especially if you want to offer anything for Mother's Day, or figure out something to cover if you can do FedEx, because FedEx has been really, really good. So let's see. Also, you saw on the website, they posted about kit delays. And that was because there was a couple things that are super important in the kit that they didn't have. Kits are not back ordered by any means. They just aren't shipping as quickly. So everyone, if you are a new stylist, you are going to get your kit. It just may not be as quickly as you normally do. But what's amazing about this business is you have so many resources to start right away without a kit. You have the link, you have so much training, and I can say, like, I see so many people. Actually, we have something that we call, a lot of teams do, called Beat the Box, and they actually BQ before their kit comes, because you have all the resources to start a launch party and have people order under your link, and you can literally have your first payday before the kit comes. So do not think that you have to sit and wait to launch your business because your kit's not here. That is simply not true. We're very fortunate to have an amazing kits with strips and samples, but there's a lot of companies that don't even have, kits at all. You just have a link. You guys, we have all the mock parties going on. We have so many resources and graphics that you can get this going, even if it's taking a little bit longer. And then once you get your kit, blow it, you can blow it out. Get your list ready for the people you're mailing samples to. Have it all. You can have the envelopes addressed and stuff. So all you have to do when your kit comes is package it out there. You know what I mean? There's so many things. Get your group going. Do not let the kit taking a little bit longer, stop you. Because from my experience, you guys, when you sign up, you're so excited. So use that excitement and, just get going right away. Obviously, we also know what I just mentioned, perfect storm, out of stocks. We've definitely been focusing on how to run your business with out of stocks. And I will say, like, when I signed up, the company launched with 60 sets in the whole catalog, right? And then, oh my gosh, going into the next year on Christmas, there's only 2 sets. There's ways to work it. And the company is looking at different things to kind of help us, like, changing the website up to where maybe the only in-stock ones show first. That's something they're open to. It's not going to be something that happens right away. But here's the thing, like, we kind of, help you and guide you on how to work your business. We try to show you the sets that are in stock, focus on those, because we have so many amazing sets that are still in stock, and they're working so hard every single day, and I am pretty hopeful we will have a nice restock today because they've been pumping it out. So stay tuned for that. There is 2 finger testers. There is no date on the restock, but I'm sure they'll give us one as soon as they do. You guys, again, like, they placed limits. They wanted to, again, with unprecedented times. So those are now out of stock, but there's no date on that. Don't shoot the messenger. You guys are just really, really excited. I mean, I had to get some too, and I hope they come. To cover some important questions people may have. We do normally have launches. You notice we did not have any launches this month. And that's because it's such a fluid situation with the coronavirus and how they're operating. Right now, their focus is keeping what we have in stock. And like I've said before, we are going to go back to our getting those really cool strips, but it would be such a disservice to us and to our customers if they added something on. Let's just let them, work on getting our very, very popular sets back in stock and just running with that. And we know that once, things lift, regulations lift, they're able to get that full, warehouse going, that we will get back to those. But we were very, very lucky and spoiled to have those multiple monthly, and, we'll get back to it. But while we don't, we're obviously still crushing it. We're literally doing better in April with not a launch than we did when we just launched the spring collection last month. That blows my mind every day. There's been a lot of questions because we do know that we are planning on launching, they've been saying launching in Canada at, late summer, early fall. Obviously, they have meetings regularly still planning that, but the virus, that's also a fluid situation. Still planning on moving forward with it, but, obviously if something happens to where we can't, then it may be delayed. But I'm kind of hopeful that things, will get back to normal slowly, but soon. Also, we should hear pretty soon the what's going to go on with conference. So those are some of the updates on that. So here is Okay, this is the training I wanted to talk on. It kind of launched over Friday night, actually. It was public. It was publicized. The Federal Trade Commission, and they kind of oversee lots of businesses, but especially network marketing. They sent a letter of warning, and there was 10 companies on the list. Some were cited for income claims, and some were cited for medical claims. Obviously, we do not have to worry about medical claims, but also I will say be careful about how you word it, saying like, okay, my nails are much healthier and stronger now because of Color Street. Just kind of, you know, make sure you're not saying that it's a medical claim and that we're going to cure your nails if they're weak. That would be a medical claim. We really don't have to worry about that. So the letter was sent out and published Friday. The 10 companies specifically got letters, and then they were told that they needed to address the field. And I'm going to say I did a lot of research over the weekend. If you guys do not know, I am in a top earner mastermind, and there's earners from a lot of companies. These are, you know, 7-figure earners, and some of them were in those companies. So what happened is the FTC sent the letter, and then they asked corporate to address it with the field. Some of them, it was specifically addressed to leaders. So then the companies had to address the field. So the biggest concern right now with the letters is people using the coronavirus and COVID-19 as an opportunity to kind of taking advantage of it. And so that's where we said the medical claims, which obviously we really don't have to worry about with Color Street, but where we do need to be careful as far as making income claims. So they are, you know, so I saw letters from different companies that were listed that they, you know, what was flagged. And these were even things as far as saying uncertain times. If you lost your job and you want to replace your income, talk to me. Those are going to be a big, big no-no. Anything where you make someone a promise that they can make something, make money, is going to... It's illegal. We cannot make those types of promises. We do have a 2018 income disclosure that the company is adding into the resources. So even if I make a post talking about my own success, I need to make sure that I include that, but that doesn't automatically protect me. I need to make sure that I'm not promising something. You know, I have to say my results are based off of my personal work, you know, and all of that. I need to make that very, very clear. So here's the thing. A lot of people like started reading this stuff and they're like, Chicken Little, the sky is falling, blah, blah, blah. So I had to talk to, and I work one-on-one with Ray Hidgen, and we had a conversation this morning because I wanted to get clear on a couple things, like, you know, what would be safe right now and what would be not. So one of the things I will highly suggest, and I didn't even think of this at the time, but the FTC is specifically targeting people that are taking advantage of the coronavirus, using certain words like, you know, pandemic or, you know, stimulus package, certain hashtags. But like when I say, hey, I know it's crazy right now and the salons are closed, I can help you, that would be an example of that. And I know we have been saying to do that, but I would say at this point, that would be something that, based off of those posts, that the FTC would not like to see. So I did go back through my posts, and I also want to say that a lot of those companies have been warned before. A lot of it has to do with medical planes, their health and wellness. They do auto ships. It's a lot different than us, but we still want to protect Color Street. So I had to look. Last week I made a post, and I mentioned the pandemic, and I mentioned how much we were growing during the pandemic. That was something I had to switch my filter to only me. We can share this amazing opportunity without sharing about the pandemic, right? Because we have done it before. We've been doing amazing. So I would just highly suggest like not using anything when we make posts online to suggest that, hey, because of this is happening. Just go back to your normal business blessings posts. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can still reach out in PMs to people and say, hey, like, you know, you're not going to the salon anymore, right? So, but like when you're making something public like that, we don't have to include anything that has to do with the coronavirus. So that's specifically what the FTC is looking at. People that are using this, what's going on right now, as a way to maybe even take advantage of it when people are already down. So you guys were doing so well before the last 2 months. I'm not saying just go back to those amazing business blessings posts. You never want to promise incomes. I hope everyone knows not to be posting your paycheck ever. That is something you should never, ever do. That is never okay. You know, we do not need to tell people what we're making, but we can talk about, you know, and if you say like something that is paid for, make sure you're very, very clear that this is based off of your personal experience. And right now, you know, I am a top leader. I'm probably going to shy away from making posts personally about anything like that just to be safe, but because we just want to stay off their radar. But it's still totally possible to promote and grow this business without doing it because y'all were doing it before. So I totally see like the logic. I personally feel it's getting a little bit of an overreach. I've read some of the letters that other companies had sent their teams to do, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's kind of crazy. Because there was even as far as someone was sharing, you know, she was saying her live was how to wash your hands, and all she did was, Tracy, I did, but, you know, you use it's always up to you. I did, but I also have a lot of followers, and I just didn't want to, I did delete my old post, or I changed it to only me, and if I forgot, I forgot. I err on the side of caution. I do not think the sky is falling. I do not think that we are, you know, but anyone, it can happen to anyone, right? Anyone can be on that list. Don't go out there saying like, oh my gosh, Color Street's so awesome. We are not, you know, targeted by the FTC. Anyone can be targeted. It's open season. We already know we have a hard time in this industry. So we just need to be a step above. Just use the tools that we have been using before the pandemic. You guys are doing so well. Do I think like, yeah, we can talk about the opportunity without saying like, oh, and during a pandemic. Now in our team pages and stuff, yeah, heck, we just got did Chelsea just promoted to executive during a pandemic? I will screen that out on the team page in the chats. Obviously, when we give her a shout out on our personal page, we'll just say, hey, it's awesome you're an executive, and we won't say during a pandemic, just because it's crazy times. People, you know, we just want to protect Color Street. It's not the end of the world. I would be super, super, you know, careful for shouting out team sales and volumes and saying, and this means that this much was paid out for now. But that is, again, just my own personal, what I'm going to do. But for me, it's a little bit less real, you know, I know I have a lot of followers. So what else did... You know, and then certain hashtags. So this is how a lot, and this is actually what Ray was saying. A lot of people have used certain hashtags, which hashtags makes it like the FTC people literally can search a hashtag and then find all the posts. So certain things, like if you are making a post about how great your business is doing, and then you use the hashtag coronavirus, COVID 2020, quarantine, you know, they're going to be able to find you. You know what I mean? So some of the stuff, and it's just like, I didn't even think of it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And especially like, I didn't even think about saying while nail salons are closed. I just, you know, cause we're being helpful. We're not thinking of it. We're not predators. We're wanting to help people, and we still can. We can remind it. We can talk about my personal story. I can personally say, hey, I'm so, because I got gels and acrylics and I just put Color Street off of them. I'm going to say, gosh, I'm so glad I have these sitting at home since I can't go to the salon, me personally, you know what I mean? But when you're out there, it's just so about, just make sure. Yeah, okay, so this is a good question. It is totally okay to tell your customers that shipping and stuff is slow because of coronavirus. That's not taking advantage of everything. And I would highly suggest you tell them that. Show them the pictures of, if you follow the Color Street, show them the pictures that we're still working. That, telling them that's not taking advantage. What I'm saying here is saying like, hey, awesome, we're amazing, $6 million in sales a month during a pandemic, da-da-da-da. That is different, that would be something I'm not going to post. But I'm going to tell you guys, I will so be blowing it up in here that it blows my mind that we're going to pass $6 million in sales in a pandemic. I wish I could share it to the world, but I can't right now just because I am a little, it just erring on the side of caution. Like I said, we, yeah, and just, but definitely, we still can kill it without talking about the virus. And that is what the FTC is warning on. Jenna, okay, so I can cover off of out of stocks real quick. I definitely have seen people doing really well taking wish list. One of my new stylists, I can say her by name, Stephanie, she signed up a couple weeks ago. She's almost at $600 in sales. And that is just from how the party's going. And she has a wish list. She took wish list from her customers. So, you make your own judgment if you want to take a pre-order and do money. That can get tricky. The company won't ever do it, but you make your own choices on it. I personally, and I want to talk about this real quick, I was using Google Forms. I switched over to using JotForm over the weekend. There's an app for it, and I feel like I am not tech savvy, that it is so much cleaner and easier to use. So I actually made a JotForm with what I have on hand. And I had someone today message me and say, hey, I want to buy nails. And instead of me sending her Color Streets link, I know that I have more, so I sent her my JotForm. And that's, what I do. Customer trades is a good idea. Obviously, we just, we can do it, right? It's called JotForm, JOTFORM. Yes. For someone that's not tech savvy, I found it. I'm now going to switch everything over, like my sample requests and everything. But yeah, no. And that could be a fun engagement post in your group, like doing the whole wish list thing. Post the sets and say, hey, when this gets, comment below which ones you want me to notify you about when they get in stock. We do, like someone said, we have 21 sets in stock right now, which is not a lot, but we still have 21 freaking sets in stock. And I would be nail feeing, posting those. We go in the nail fee group, put in the little search bar, one of the sets in stock, and just talk about how amazing that set is used. And that's it. So like, and if you have, any sets that aren't in stock, and if you're like me and you do have like an inventory on hand, I've been doing really, really good with on-hand sales. Like I picked like 4 or 5 over the weekend, and they were like ones that I featured, and I was able, and how I said, I was like not on stock on the website, but I can ship them to you. And I got a lot of engagement on that. I was really, really happy. So you can use them both to your advantage. If there's a popular set, obviously everyone works their business differently, but you guys are all working your business. I use the app, Liza, so I don't know if that's actually the link for it, if it's jotform.com. I will take a screenshot of the app and I'll post it in the comments, but I felt like it was a lot easier. So yeah, and I actually have had people say that they were doing trades, like just anything to keep your customers happy right now is going to be a great idea. Anything, you guys, they just want to feel like, they just want some love and attention, and like know that how does it feel for you when you feel like you're being thought of? So like, that's all it takes. Like, if someone, you know, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be even like, you don't have to even, you know how some of us do like different prizes. It doesn't have to be anything you bought. You could just, you know, write a little thank you note and say, hey, you know, here's an accent nail. Well, when we had accent nails, maybe that's not the best example. Or like, you know, I will reimburse your shipping next time, which is $3. You know, when I started this, I literally would send thank you cards with 3 $1 bills in it, like to like 2 people a month. And I would just say, thank you so much for your next website order, because I didn't have a lot of stock. You know, use this $3 towards this, because I didn't even know about, I wasn't even able to send money through. Like, I didn't know about all of that. And those people literally still shop with me today. They've sent people to me today. You do not have to think that it has to be this big, crazy, fancy, elaborate thing to, you know, have a client base and get customers. It's literally just about showing them that you're there and that you're having fun, you know? And so, like, don't be like just vomiting nail sets all day in their faces. Get to know them a little bit. Post a picture about you. You know, Mother's Day, you know, is coming up, and there's so many different things. So, you know, just have fun with it. You guys are crushing it. Do not, just to highlight, you don't need to post about the coronavirus to get people to join your team or get sales. You guys were doing so well beforehand. And as soon as I hear anything about anything, conference, dates for twosies, anything like that, I will always let you know. And let me see. I think that covers about it. So, yeah. And you know what? If there's people that are stalking the website that actually see when sets come in stock before we get the text. So, I mean, if you see them before, always let me know too, because I appreciate that. And just, you know, letting people know when their sets come in stock. It's just taking that extra. So, what time is it? Yeah. So, yeah, I do have to jump on another call. I will see you guys. Keeping cheering you on. Like, I really hope you guys know, like, how much I appreciate all of you and how much it literally keeps me going and amazes me. Just seeing you try new things and just be positive and step up for each other, like, that brings me so much joy. And I wish I could literally like sit down and have a conversation with every single 15,000, you know, obviously I can't. So but I really want to make sure you guys know that, and just how you just continue to show up, and just support each other. You know, it just literally, I love it. So you guys have a great rest of your week. I will update you if we have anything new, and talk to you soon. Bye.